Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved the rich like me. I was lost, but now I found. Was blind, but now I see. True is great that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears release. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believe. Tashidele, brothers, sisters, yogi, yoginis. Wow, Bera. Thanks for your precious time. Happy Easter. Yesterday, today, and Asia is already Easter. Early morning here and in North America. We're going into the evening. Soon tomorrow morning is the real Easter start. This the beauty of the universe is some part of our friends, our family is rising in the sunside, and some part of ourselves here is middle of night. But everything, it's through the technology, through the communication, we can reach to each other. You can through the screen to see each other, how things change. So this beautiful Easter, I feel so curiosity there. We have like a colorful, eggs, sweet and sugars. Easter is kind of like a gratitude. It's a sacrifice through the Jesus and purify. It's such a beautiful story. And Buddhists, we sacrifice, you have part of your life, part of yourself have to die to rising. So, and the Buddhists will always say, die the deluded part of you, the ego part of you, which is never exist, but with so much strong attachment with the Easter's teachings, Jesus' teaching. My personal feeling, I don't know much about the Bible, I'm really sorry, but I just feel it's like anything Easter is Jesus crucified and 3 days later come back alive. So the message is like a finish. You have to give up all this ordinary form, ordinary conception, and the ordinary, the physical. So our physical body have like a visible part of physical body have to go, which is belong to the 5 elements. Everything comes with the 5 element. With the beginning 5 element is metals, wood, water, fire, and earth. This is our body. Our bodies come from this 5 element. So every time the element is balanced, then you're healthy, you're happy. Every time this losing balance, then you feel, sickness or emotional or whatever. So that's why that 5 element have to span, become more bigger. And the Buddha's teaching we call 5 element is the Sa, Chu, Me, Long, Nangka. It's earth element, water element, fire element, and the wind element, and the space element. So then you suddenly the element is no longer just a physical, like a 5 element. It's become more vast and everywhere in the infinite. So in this auspicious day and the Easter day, and especially this year is the Fire Horse 2026, and a lot of fire energy. Which that fire in according to the ancient calendars, all different traditions, all believe this year the fire is called the divine fire. So we're burning all this evil within yourself, and if you be part of the negativities, it's very easy to stuck into the hole, and when you're thinking and physically and mentally, it's very easy to, impact by the negativity, because so much negative is happening to this world. So that's why in the Easter we remember something, and the beautiful story of like a Jesus, and the beautiful story of like a Buddhas, and the walk living with the human form, but left extraordinary, the message. And after 2003, nearly 500 years, we continuously get a benefit. So I don't know, today is such a beautiful day. I try to do in the outside, but today before the sunset, and suddenly it's rain, the thunder here. We have, I think here we are like tomorrow is the real Easter in America. Maybe tonight is like a huge, from yesterday there's thunder, there's raining, there's winding, like a big shift. It's really like a crucifying, really like a going through something. So our body too, when the cosmic energy, like this kind of big, calendar day comes, sometimes if you're sensitive with the breath, you can feel differences or impact your body. Sometimes you can use that advantage to easily, achieve something beyond, your that's called the wisdom, and take it learning these different auspicious days, and take that as a great opportunity. So today is very auspicious, and thinking about the story of the Jesus, most of people knows how the great compassion and how the humble humanity he living entire his life. And no matter what, he never surrendered to the evil, and always keep dignity, respect with the one's self and others. Even the horrible torch and the crucify and the last breath, and still look at the sky and say, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they do. So that's the great beings, really. So sometimes we think in those stories and look at today's world. This is really world is sometimes we feel human, or human behave and the human thinking sometimes more evil than demon itself. So that's why human body can be. One of my guru used to say, if you know how to use in this human body, human life properly, you can either directly go into the heaven or directly go down to the hell. Wow, I was thinking sometimes real, because when you have some kind of good hearts and happy feelings, and you feel so, instantly you're on the pure land. You're instantly with the divine. But you have a little tiny fears, angers, all this. And suddenly you feel even bodies become heavy. Mind is become very stubborn and very a thought after thought, repeatedly, very fast, sucking all your energies. So that's why my guru always said that great of practice. What that means, great practice. In Tibet, we always believe, when you're good listeners, good studies, good students, what is the sign of the good student and good listeners? Means you always have good humanity, always have good humbleness always. Humbleness doesn't mean no, humbleness is something from heart. You always respect others, respect their nature, especially respect with one's nature, one's existence, one's appearance. So with that respect, then you will know how to respect others. So that's why in this kind of special days, and always good to remember this good story of the enlightened, get inspiration, get some kind of, sometimes you can, remember the story again and again. Somehow will touch your heart, some part. So that touch sometimes, that's why I like Amazing Grace, the Amazing Grace, that song. Amazing Grace, how sweet the song that saved the riches. Most of us is more worse the riches sometimes our behave. So that's why we have a guilty feeling. Every religion, Christianity, Buddhist, we all have to equally believe human life is not perfect. We are not perfect. That's why we have to accept that, and learning from one's mistake, and look at one's incomplete part. Have courage, and wisdom and compassion to look into it. And that very important is Gondani Monchunwas. What means great meditator? Great meditator is less impacted by the appearance, less impacted by the environment, less impacted by anything from the outsider. Especially today's world, you need to show that because you're impacted by every news. Everything, of course, is terrible. It's war is happening, killing is everywhere. But what you can do, your warring doesn't make anything change, anything, except destroy your peaceful of life. So that's where don't let your mind go into the chaos. That's called the practice. Rangi sini yonsu de tini sonje tenpa yins. Depa chiam don't do any harm, and always, do all the good virtues possible. And if you can live in your heart, feeling your heart in this, your heart chakra, the center of your heart. The heart chakra is like an 8 panda, the lotus floor. The middle of the pen, the lotus, is like a shining, burning of light. In the middle of the small, tiny, invisible, your nature of Dhammakaya, your nature of Sambhogakaya is rising and resident in your heart chakra. So that's the meaning of Om Mani Padme Hum. You're within, you're known, you're here. You're not in the yesterday, you're not in the tomorrow, you're not in this last year, you're not in the next year, you're in this moment. So all the prana practice is bring you back into this present moment. It's every teaching is a teaching you coming back into this moment. Which moment? In the chaos moment. In the chaos time, you're still behave. You're still conscious. You're still gentlemen or ladies. You're still noble person. Not what you say, it's how you live. Just like Jesus, even the life is took away by the injustice, unfair, but still have no hatred in the heart. So that is the most sweet. I was lost, but no, I found. Was blind, but no, I see. So beautiful, so beautiful. So we all make a mistake, but because of the pain we experience, because of the suffering we experience, because of the everyday fear, angry, it's like a COVID-19 is nothing compared with the coronavirus. Your emotion is more damage to your body than any virus in this planet. So that's why all those emotions such as like angry, attachment and ignorance is never let them took your life. You must transform them into the central channel, into your central channel. So that's the whole Tibetan TUMMO, ancient Tibetan Pranayama. There's no much talk. Everything is action. You have to do it. In ancient Tibetans, there's many different, the teachings, lineages, traditions, custom, whatever your styles. But the very, the most people practice Tibetan Buddhism, we all know. There's a one way is intellectual, more like a student study as like an academic way. Another way is experiment. It's through your experience, through your practice, you tasting the, wow, you cook. For example, you do something, then you're learning from mistake, how it work. Then you share with people from professional way, from experiment way. So in Tibet, we more appreciate the experiment way of teaching, which is the teacher and the students, you're sitting together. You explain few words, then you practice together. My practice of Shambhala Healing Gardens Prana, is a very simple. Always remember first principle, or you can call the Samaya, or first foundation and the principle to practice Tibetan yoga is making your body relax much as possible. You feel your body is relaxed, completely relaxed. And after relax, if you can sit in like a full lotus, then you sit in full lotus, you see? Full lotus. With this full lotus, you can sit in like this, or you can just put on the side. Wow. And then lay your body slowly. You feel your body relax from your head and coming down to your neck. And you feel your shoulder. You feel your chest. You feel your back. And your legs. Your hip. You feel, oh, this is completely relaxed. With that relax, you slowly breathe in with the gratitude in this beautiful Easter day. We remember the beautiful story of Jesus, loving kindness and the strength and the force and the power to transform the evil into the clear light of blessing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I feel so much pain in my shoulder. I feel so much pain in my back and in my feet, my leg. All those pain when you practice, those pain rises. You will immediately, for example, lotus floor, you're sitting, if you're not well, every time, every day, your body is not, fire element is not balanced or something, then you first thing you focus is your body. Always try best to sit in full lotus. Even you cannot sit in full lotus, you can sit in half lotus like this. And with then pain rising, then thinking about the Jesus, when he carried this cross, the abuse, horrible way, and the blood is everywhere. And Roman soldiers, touch, in front of your people, even your first student, your most devoted, 12 apostles, first one, Peter's. Even Peter, and the first, close to disciple, and publicly renounce him 3 times. Say, I don't know that person. Your loved ones, your mothers watch you suffering. But on no 1 second, 1 moment shift, and Jesus cried, the faith, belief, and the Lord of his Savior. And even the last minute, and the crucifying, and the bread, he gave a last breath, and his calm body is extremely pain, and the people humiliated, abusing, very ruthless way, cannot awaken one of Jesus' angry. And look at today's world we're living with. We cannot even tolerate with each other just verbally. Even the word, you're different believer. We become zero tolerant with the different people. All this is happening because we're no longer tolerant with oneself, ourselves. So that's why the answer is definitely not in the outside. Answer is definitely within your own. So that's I feel the Easter message. Personally, I feel so grateful, Jesus, and his teachings, and his truthful, and his compassions, and his no fear with the challenge with the authorities if they do something wrong. Wow, this is today's very simple teaching because it's Easter. I think I need to eat. My wife get a lot of egg for me. I'm going to eat the egg. So I wish you all brothers, sisters, and you have a wonderful time today with the family and your church, your temple, your own family home is the most important temple. Then to preserve this temple, then most sacred temple is your body, because with serving your family, you cannot hurting others. Because of this body, you can do all kinds of things. You can achieve enlightenment within this human body. You can directly go to the hell of the Vajra in this human body. Dashidere, brothers, sisters. Wow. I feel so grateful. I don't need to breathe too much. You see, this is my Lama's Dashidere. Amazing grace, how sweet the song that saved the rich like me. I was lost, but now I found. Was blind, but now I see. Wow, Rashidale. Let us pray together. Pray in this auspicious Easter and the fire horse of 2026. Let have a peace, shanti in your heart, healthy and physically, to all your loved ones and yourself. Let everyone with a struggle, let everyone through this traumatic stress, through this stress and this heaviness of suffering, as like a Jesus, we find our true self, reconnecting with the nature of reality. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Saji Peji Joji Mendo Dore Roni Jeni Da Jembodi Sanje Shindo Mede Pewo Ye Drukwe Nanda Shina Jaburo Kanri Rai Kuri Shinkan Di Pentan Dewa Mane Jungene Shire Sewa Dinzen Jatso Ye Shabi Sede Bado Tenjuroji Jisen Lami Kusero Dinji Nangar Terne Choju Je Bada Lozon Tembe Drume Sasong Je Duwe Mese Dato Nenjur Je Yedan Guru Mendra Nakanaya. Tashidele, brothers, sisters, Yogi Yoginis, have a wonderful, merry, happy Easter. gratitude and reborn. This is a video is took by my wife in a beautiful part of South France. We have such a beautiful water, and we have a bath there, and we have it's a very ancient Catholic energy. From the water, we got few reconnecting with Jesus and Mother Mary. So this is the video in today's teaching in South France, Rashidele.